Kasama na po natin sa linya ngayon Ambassador Jose Manuel Baves Romualdez. Magandang umaga po, Ambassador.
Hi, good morning. Good morning,
Good
DJ. Good
morning.
morning, Maricel.
Good
Good
morning,
morning po.
sir. Thank you for being on the show. Ambassador, para lang po malinaw sa ating mga kababayan, ano po talaga ngayon ang status itong panukalang batas dyan sa Amerika na sinasabing magtatapos na daw po ang dual citizenship?
Well, actually, si Senator Bernie Moreno ng Ohio, yan ang nag-announce na ipa-file niya yung bill na yan. Pero actually, hindi pa niya pina-file. Marami kaming kausap sa US Congress at wala pa naman lumalabas na uh, resolution or a bill that is being filed by the senator from Ohio. Just the same, maraming nagsasabi sa amin na mahihirapan siguro mapumasa yan dahil maraming mga dual citizen dito. Hindi lang naman mga Pilipino. Meron mga British American, meron mga European Americans or Canadian Americans, meron din mga Israeli Americans. Maraming Israeli Americans actually na dual citizen. So baka mahirapan na pumasa yung bill na yan.
Oo. So, ito po bang panukalang batas sa ito? Saan to galing? Anong hugot ng senador na gustong mag-file nitong panukalang batas sa ito tungkol sa dual citizenship?
Well, he's Republican ito si Senator Moreno. So, siguro tingin namin, siyempre marami nga ngayon mga gumagawa ng bagong rule sa immigration at siguro pinapasok niya ito as one of those na iibahin na yung immigration laws at immigration rule dito sa Amerika. Just the same, itong bill na ito ay in the 1950s hindi na pumasa yan dahil yung Supreme Court mismo ng United States ay tinurn down yung that you cannot be a dual citizen.
Sabi nyo nga po kanina, sa ngayon hindi pa naman niya ifina-file, pero para lang po sa kaalaman din namin dito no sa Pilipinas na hindi masyadong pamilyar kung gaano kahaba yung timeline, hindi pa natin sure kung papasa siya, pero just in case ma-file po ito, ah, gaano katagal kung sakali man na umayon at pagkasunduan nila na talagang maisabatas ito, gaano katagal for it to take effect and to be a law?
Well, definitely it will take at least a minimum of 6 months to 1 year before this bill. Kasi yan, that the filing will be done. Of course, there will be a lot of debate in the US Congress. And then it will be the Senate that will be, the Senate, of course, will pass it, but it has to go down to the US Congress for resolution, or at the same time, debates will be done in the US Congress. So depende yan kung where the wind blows. Alam mo, next year is a mid-year election dito sa Amerika. So most likely, maraming they will play politics dahil maraming mga dual citizen sa kanilang mga distrito. So most likely, ang aming estimate, kung sakali man, it will take at least a year. At meron rin maraming mga grupo dito that will obviously file in the Supreme Court a bill, or they will file in the Supreme Court na itigil itong dahil maraming ang dual citizen, hindi lang ang mga Pilipino.
Oo. Ambassador, binanggit nyo rin po na kinikilala ng US Supreme Court yung visa ng dual citizenship. So, nagbibigay na po ba yan ng legal protection para sa mga dual citizens natin na nandiyan po ngayon sa Amerika? Does that mean na hindi talaga basta-basta maipagbabawal ang dual citizenship? Yung Supreme Court decision na yun?
It has to be a law that will have to be passed to change that. Ngayon, ang aming lang mga concern sa ating mga kababayan is that they should not be too quick into renouncing their Filipino citizenship, dahil ang ating batas ay pag i-renounce mo yung Filipino citizenship mo, hindi ka na makakabalik. In other words, once you renounce it, forever na yon.
Oh, there's no turning back.
Batas. Yeah, there's no turning back. So, it's best to just wait and see kung anong mangyari. Ngayon, yung mga gusto mag-dual citizen, pwede naman sila to go ahead with it dahil it's always an advantage to have dual citizenship. But nonetheless, if they want to wait and see, then they can just wait it out for a while until it is sure that this bill will either pass or not pass.
Pero nung pumutok tong balitang to, Ambassador, meron na po bang mga Filipino-Americans ang lumapit sa inyo at medyo nangangamba talaga? And wanted to renounce yung pagka-Filipino o pagka-Pinoy nila dahil po dito sa issue na ito?
Well, yes, of course. Maraming sa ating mga kababayan that are concerned about it dahil dito na sila nakatira. Of course, kung wala silang American citizenship, hindi sila pwede matira dito sa Amerika. Lalo na ngayon na mahigpit sila, even yung mga green card holders, hinihigpitan na ngayon dito that you have to really be here for at least more than 180 days. So, it is normal for them. Kaya that's why we had to come out with that advisory coming from the embassy na there is still no law, but at the same time, we're watching over that. We're
Ambassador, Ambassador, si Maricel po ito. Sir, gaano
Yes.
po ba kadami ang mga Filipino-American na dual citizens dyan po sa US?
We don't have the exact number, pero we over a million. We have over a million Filipino dual citizens here in the United States right now.
And I don't know, sir, kung naglabas na po ba ng statement si President Trump about this bill, ito pong planong panukala?
No, we have not received anything from the White House about this. As far as we know, it was just si Senator Moreno lang of Ohio.
And so far, mukhang wala namang ganong kalaking support.
Well, like I said,
Oo.
hindi lang naman ang Pilipino ang matatamaan yung bill na yan kung pumasaya. Kasi maraming ibang mga dual citizen dito. Sinabi ko nga doon sa isang kausap namin na in fact the First Lady, si Mrs. Melania Trump and her son Baron Trump, they're dual citizens of Slovenia and the United States.
So affected sila pagka napasa rin tong
Of
batas
course.
na ito. Ano po?
Absolutely.
Oo.
Yes.
Pero, sir, so far manghihingi lamang po ako ng update. Gaano na po ba kadami yung ating mga illegal immigrants at yung gustong ipa-deport base po doon sa Immigration and Customs Enforcement ng US?
Well, we have a number. I don't have. Again, we don't really give out the numbers because they're in different parts of the United States.
Yes, sir.
Pero we estimate that it's not really that much. Those that are being deported, really, most of them have really overstayed. A lot of them have criminal record here in the United States. So they're also going after those green card holders that have a criminal record in the United States now. As I said, it was also stated by the State Department, being a green card holder doesn't give you a right to stay because it's considered to be a privilege. Parang binibigay sa iyo for you to live like a normal law-abiding citizen. Pero pag nakita nila that you've committed a crime in the United States, they can easily remove that and they can deport you.
Pero nararamdaman niyo po ba yung paghihigpit ng US government ngayon? Because natatandaan ko yung last time na bumisita si PBBM dyan sa Washington, yan po yung napag-usapan natin dyan sa embassy.
Yes, I definitely talagang mahigpit talaga. Kaya nanalo si President Trump dito sa Amerika dahil that is one of the issues that he presented to the American public and that's why they voted him in. In fact, maraming mga Filipino-Americans who voted for President Trump dahil sa immigration issue na yan. Maraming ayaw ng mga Filipino-Americans na maraming nakakapasok dito, especially in areas like in New York, in New Jersey, maraming mga criminal elements that were able to come in. Yan, totoo naman lahat yan. So they were all concerned about it na gusto nga nila na medyo higpitan na yung pagkapasok ng mga kung sino-sino nandito sa Amerika.
So ano po yung gusto ninyong sabihin? Hindi lamang po dun sa mga Pinoy na mukhang illegal immigrants dyan sa US, kundi maging doon po sa mga may dual citizenship po dyan.
Well, like I said, wag tayo masyadong mabilis na mag-react dahil medyo matagal pa yan kung sakali man mapasayan. No? But at the same time, I'm also telling them na if they should think about it carefully dahil kung talagang dual citizen at meron silang planong umuwi sa Pilipinas at matira dyan at gusto nilang they want to own land at lahat yan. If they're a foreigner, considered a foreigner, wala kang dual citizenship, you cannot own land in the Philippines. That's part of the law. No? It's part of our constitution. So, yan lang ang aking advice sa kanila, not to immediately, quickly renounce the Filipino citizenship because you cannot get it back once you renounce it.
Ambassador, ang malinaw, last na lang po, no, dito sa batas na ito na hindi pa inihahain ng senador, kapag naipasa ito, even yung mga naging dual citizen na, dapat mamili lang ng isa. Hindi siya para dun sa mga bago pa lang na mag-a-apply ng dual citizenship.
Yes, yung mga meron ng that is what we saw in the news. At saka, after checking with some of our friends, yan ang what is being proposed na kailangan mamili ka and you have 6 months to choose whether you want to remain an American citizen or you want to go back or whatever citizenship, dual citizenship that you have. You have to choose one or the other.
But is it possible under the presidency of Donald Trump na kung sakali hindi ito lumusot, baka magpasa ng panibagong batas na for those na mag-a-apply ng dual citizenship ay bawal na, dapat mamili na lang ng isa kung hindi man po ito ang papasa?
I doubt it very much kasi alam mo, the United States has always practiced dual citizenship. In fact, the biggest example is the Israeli Americans. Yung Israeli nga, many Israeli citizens who are both Israeli and Americans, they are required to serve in the Israeli army. Yan, totoo yan. Marami akong kaibigan na from Israel that they had to go back to Israel to serve in the armed forces of Israel. So it's going to be very difficult. There are a number of very powerful groups here that will go against it. But like I said, nothing is written in stone. It can happen or it cannot happen. But we're definitely on top of it in the sense that we're tracking it to make sure that our Filipino-American citizens will be able to make a choice if and when that time comes.
Yun, at least malinaw na
Oo,
ngayon.
sorry.
Oo.
Ambassador, pahabol lamang po, ibang topic. Baka lang po meron tayong update tungkol po doon sa US tariff kasi yung last time na balita namin parang 3 ASEAN countries ba yung nabigyan nila ng exemption on particular products. I don't know, baka lang po meron po kayong balita kung may update na po doon sa ating negotiation.
No, yes, meron tayong mga exemption. Kasama tayo doon sa executive order na pinirmahan ni President Trump last September na maraming mga products now that we're exporting to the United States that's now exempted from tariff, lalo na yung mga agricultural products. Pero marami pa rin we're still working on a number of things that we're working with the Department of Commerce at saka yung USTR or US Trade Representative dito. At ang ating mga negotiators are continuous yung kanilang interaction with them and trying to see how we can work out a more equitable tingin natin that will be acceptable to both our countries. We're hoping to be able to do all of this dahil next year tayo ang chair ng ASEAN. So sana kung sakali man pumunta si President Trump sa ASEAN Summit dyan sa Pilipinas, we will be able to come out with some kind of an agreement on the tariff and many other things that we're working on with the United States.
All right. Sige po, on that note, maraming salamat po sa inyo, Ambassador Babes Romualdez.
Maraming salamat din at kumustahin mo na lang ako kay Ted Pailon, kaibigan ko yan si Ted.
Sige po,
At,
Ambassador.
Sana bumalik siya sa Congress, sabihin mo.
Baka sa US Congress na, hindi na dito sa Philippine Congress.
Sa Pilipinas. Nag-congressman siya noon eh.
Yes po, yes po.
Balik siya. Kailangan natin honest man like Ted Pailon.
Oo. Salamat po, Ambassador. Ngayon po kasi busy siya, nagbabalot ng regalo natin.
Christmas na kasi.
Oo, baka bukas nandito na yun. Oo. Merry Christmas po, Ambassador. Kumusta niyo po
Okay,
kami
Merry
sa mga
Christmas
Pilipino dyan?
Salamat po.
Okay, maraming salamat. Okay, thank you.
Maraming salamat, Philippine Ambassador to the US, Ambassador Jose Manuel Babes Romualdez.
Mga kapatid, brothers and sisters, saan ka pa? Dito na tayo sa totoo. Dito na tayo sa True FM.
Mga kapatid, mag-subscribe and follow po kayo sa social media accounts ng True Network PH. Yan po kami, hanapin nyo lang True Network PH, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and podcast. Mapa Apple or Spotify man yan, mahahanap nyo kami. Lahat ng mga napapanood at napapakinggan nyo po sa programa, nasa social media accounts namin yan. So paano mga kapatid? See you sa social media!
Dito tayo